Hello everyone. So we are back and ready to add and subtract our rational expressions that have polynomial denominators. You'll want to recall finding the least common denominator like we did in the last session so that we will continue using those same skills. Okay? So a couple of things. First, when you see a minus, I like to change my minus to plus a negative so that I don't lose that negative and forget that that's really a -4. Okay? Now we're going to take each of our two denominators. So to find my LCM, or we could probably now call it an LCD for denominator, we're going to take the first polynomial, x squared minus x minus 6, and then the second one, our 5x plus 10, and we're going to factor each of those. So we'll have x and x. Factors of 6 that will give me 1 would be 3 and 2. To be a -1, I want it to be a -3 and a +2. With my 5x plus 10, I'll take out a 5 common factor, and I'm left with an x plus 2. So then if you recall, we did our little upside down divide, and we pulled out our common factor, which the common in these was the x plus 2. Notice each of them have an x plus 2. So if I were to divide this by an x plus 2, I would be left with an x minus 3. If I divide and take out an x plus 2 here, I'm left with a 5. So our LCD would be 5 times x plus 2 times x minus 3. So that's what our denominator becomes over here. That's what we want it to become. So we will end up, sorry about that lovely straight line, we'll have a 5, an x plus 2, and an x minus 3. And that's a little better. An x plus 2 and an x minus 3. So if you recall, we would look at our denominator and see what did we have to multiply by. Well, if you remember where we got this denominator from, it was from multiplying these two polynomials together. So what's left is my 5 over here on the right. So that's what I want to use as my factor of 1 is 5 over 5. On the top, we are now going to distribute it to everything on the top. We want to make sure we've multiplied everything out up here. You do not have to multiply the bottom. We've already got a denominator. Okay? So when we multiply, that gives me 5x and a minus 5. On the right-hand side, remember we had a 5 and an x plus 2 is what we started with. So the part that we're missing, notice, is what's left over on this side. And that's going to make my factor of 1, which would be x minus 3 over x minus 3. Because we know anything over itself, any quantity over itself is a factor of 1. So again, we will distribute. So that would give me -4x and a plus 12. Once we have our common denominator and we've multiplied out everything on the top, we can simply, like we did before, add across the top or collect like terms. My like terms, 5x and -4x, gives me 1x. Remember, you don't have to write the 1 in front. And then a -5 and a plus 12 give me a plus 7. Our denominator, we do not change the denominator. So it stays 5x plus 2 times x minus 3. Remember, if it helps you to remember this is a quantity, wrap it in parentheses so you don't forget that. That's perfectly fine. We look to see if anything reduces. There's nothing alike on the top and the bottom. So that is a perfectly simplified expression. Okay? Now that requires a little bit more work because you've got a little bit more factoring. Your assignment today will be a couple problems shorter than before because you will be doing a little bit more work as you go. Okay? So let's look at this one. We will do the same thing. Notice it's a bigger polynomial. I didn't want to only show you the easy ones, the ones y'all think are easy. I wanted to give you a little bit more challenging one as well. So we have 4x squared plus 21x plus 5, and we have 12x plus 3. So let's factor. When I look at these and I see I have a 4 on one end and a 5 on the other end, I don't want to break my 4 up because I know 4 times 5 is 20. And since I'm wanting to get to 21, I want to leave it there and see if that helps me at all. If I do 4x and x. Because now if I do 5 and 1, if I check with my double chin, that gives me 20x, that gives me 1x, 20 and 1 will give me 21 if they're both pluses. And then because we did our double chin, we can take our eraser and do a quick eraser and it's gone. Same thing, factor over here, common factor. We're going to take out a 3 and we're left with a 4x and a 1. So now when I upside down divide, notice I have one thing in common, and it is the 4x plus 1. So when it's gone from this side, all I have left is the x plus 5. When I take the 4x minus 1 out of this one, all I'm left with is the 3. So my LCD is 3 times 4x plus 1 times x plus 5. So I will put that fraction, or that denominator, over here. 3, 4x plus 1, and x plus 5. Plus another of the same denominator, 4x plus 1 and x plus 5. All right, then same step. We're next going to move to what do I have to multiply by. So I look for what am I missing. Well, in the first one, I already had the 2 sets of parentheses. So remember, I was missing the 3. So that gives me 3 over 3. Wrap this in parentheses so you don't forget to distribute. So that will become 3x minus 24. On the second one, I had the 3 and the 4x plus 1. So the part I was missing is the x plus 5. And x plus 5. Notice I don't do anything to the bottom because the bottom already represents what this is times 3 and what this is times x plus 5. So don't worry about multiplying that out. Just distribute your tops. That gives me 6x plus 30. Then, just like before, we will add across the tops. 3x and 6x gives me 9x. Negative 24 and positive 30 gives me a plus 6 over 3 times 4x plus 1 times x plus 5. Notice the top will factor. I can take a 3 out of the top. Let me move it over to the side, just because I'm running out of room. If I factor a 3 out of the top, and I have left a 3x plus 2, and with my bottom I have a 3 and a 4x plus 1 and an x plus 5, these now cancel, leaving me ultimately with 3x plus 2 over 4x plus 1 times x plus 5. That's in bad parentheses. There we go. And if you want to wrap the top in parentheses, you can always, it's better to have them and not need them than to not have them. Okay? So hopefully that helps out a little bit. I did pull one more problem just so that we had, again, some harder problems for you to work on that factoring. Hopefully you're starting to see the reasons that we spent so much time factoring in our last unit, and then refreshed you again when we went on distance learning and we were like, okay, what's one thing we need to focus on? Factoring. So 2x squared plus 11x minus 6. and x squared plus 3x minus 18 when I factor 2x and x. Again, I look at that 6 because I have 6 and 2 on my ends, and I want to get to an 11. I want my 6 to be over here with a 1 so that I get 12, and 1 will give me 11 if my 12 is positive and my 1 is negative. And then that will also give me a negative 6. Okay, and then just like before, handy dandy eraser. We can erase that, and then we can go on to factoring this one. X and x. Factors of 18 that will give me 3. Well, I could use 9 and 2, but that'll only get me down to 7. So I would probably want to use my 6 and 3. If I use 6 and 3, I want a plus 6 and a minus 3. Upside down divide. Common factor would be that x plus 6. By the way, if there is no common factor, then your denominator is the 4 things that you have, or however many things that you have lined up here. Okay, so my x plus 6 is gone, and I have a 2x minus 1. My x plus 6 is gone, and I have an x minus 3. So, least common denominator is x plus 6 times 2x minus 1 times x minus 3. I can make that for each one. X plus 6 times 2x minus 1 times x, minus 3. My minus, I like to make that plus a negative, so then all I have to do is add here. X plus 6, 2x minus 1, and x minus 3. So notice every time I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm coming over here, I'm finding my LCD. Once I know my LCD, I'm going to set up my fractions. Then I'm going to determine what I'm going to multiply by. Looking for what am I missing? I'm missing the x minus 3 over x minus 3. Then I distribute. So 6x minus 18. I multiply by what I'm missing over here. For this one, I have the 6 and the 3. I'm missing the 2x minus 1. Distribute. Remember, that's a negative 8. So negative 8 times 2 is negative 16x. Negative 8 times negative 1 is a plus 8. Collect across the top, just like before. 6x and negative 16x gives me a negative 10x. Negative 18 plus 8 gives me a minus 10 over x plus 6 times 2x minus 1 times x minus 3. Now, this top will factor. Notice I could take out even a negative 10, and that would leave me with an x plus 1. But if you notice, nothing is going to reduce from here. So it is perfectly fine if you leave this the answer. If you factor it and you go ahead and you write your x plus 6 and your 2x minus 1 and your x minus 3, that's fine, either one, so it doesn't matter. Either answer is good. But if it does factor and reduces, you must reduce it. Okay? So you will have a handout to do with these. I think you have 8 problems to work to get you some good practice on your adding and subtracting rationals. So if you need to join a hangout, come and join us, and make sure that you're staying safe, stay in the house, only go out when you need to for what you need to, and wash your hands, don't touch your face, all the stuff you've been hearing for what, 2.5 weeks now. So y'all take care and hope to see you soon.